Peace and love. I hope all is well with you. It's been a while since I've been here, but I wanted to come on and do a few videos before I head back to work. And so today we'll do a Lenormand video. And it's one of my favorite forms of divination. You've heard me say that a few times on this channel. I'm just going to set our space. I had to clean my workspace. This is where I do my readings. If you order a reading from me, this is where I would do my readings. And then a lot of my videos, this is where I'm located. I'm still recovering, so my voice might still be a little bit raw. But I'm thankful to be here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've been able to just enjoy your family during the season as we transition into the colder months. Give thanks. Just want to clear my area a bit. And you might see me take a sip of my tea from time to time. How have you been? How have things been with your healing? I hope all is well with you. Giving honor to the Most High, to my angels and guides, my ancestors. Thank you for life. Thank you for healing, protection. Thank you for your honesty, your direction. Continue to guide me, move me in the right direction. Continue to shield me and protect me from negativity. Allow me to keep my mind clear. I give thanks for breath. I give thanks for every day that I'm on this planet, able to live and thrive and to speak my particular truth. Spirit, what messages do you have for us today? Nothing too complicated, but a Lenormand reading as we move into a new season of Thanksgiving, a new season of love and healing and offering. Thank you, Spirit. And I'm just going to move the cards, get some energy in them. I haven't used these ones in a while. These are just cards that I created myself on Make Playing Cards. I have a couple of decks that I've done. The scythe came out, so might be some areas and things in our lives that we need to cut out. The scythe also deals with energies of reaping. So rewards can be on the way. A beautiful, bountiful harvest can be on the way. We'll see. Give thanks. The lilies. The children or the child. New beginnings. The birds. Messages. Communication. The ship movement. The clouds, uncertainty, right there in the middle. So that's important to this reading. It could be the energy we're faced with right now. The letter. Written communication. The tree. Health. Healing. Family. Foundations. The moon. Sight. Awareness. Changes. Patience. Cycles. Abundance. Success. The mountains. Blockages. But also strength and things that take time. The anchor. So we're moving towards a new sense of security. We're looking for security. We're looking to feel safe. We're looking to feel protected. We're looking to build a strong foundation, moving towards a strong foundation. And this is in all areas of our life. Spiritually, financially for some, physically, if we're thinking about our health, mentally, grounded in our mental spirit, our mental body. But this is a beautiful energy here as we move into a new season. In the middle of this reading, we have the clouds. So to me, this is, in the way it's looking here, my eye automatically is drawn to it, but it's saying that we're in a period of uncertainty. We don't see the road in front of us directly. We're not getting we don't have a clear sight of everything, the physical sight. But with the moon underneath it, Spirit is telling us that we do have the spiritual sight and those spiritual insights. And so it's important that we pull on those in times where things might be a little bit overcast or they might be a little dark. The clouds can be a difficult energy to work through, but it's a powerful energy too, because it shows that things are changing. Even though we can't see it at the moment, we're moving through it. We have the ship moving towards the clouds, and then we have a message at the end, if you look at the middle row here. Spirit is saying that we're in the process of moving through this difficult phase. We're in the process of moving through this uncertain energy. But underneath it with the moon, we are also being guided, not only by our guides, but we're also being guided by that internal spiritual energy, that internal knowing. Be careful, be kind, be gentle with yourself as you move through this cloud energy. Take time and be still. That's what I get with this cloud and the moon. It might not be a period of heavy movement because we have the mountain here as well, which is a stillness for me. Even though we have the ship, we're moving forward, but it's not rapid now. And it might not be the results that we want at this time, but every positive ending has the beginning, and it has a period where we don't necessarily see when the clouds will pass or when the sun will shine. And so that's where we are right now. We're told to keep the faith. A new beginning is at hand with the child card at the top above the clouds. A new beginning that we can't necessarily see, but Spirit is saying that it's here nonetheless, and it's here for the taking. The birds beside the child means to delight in the small things, delight in things that bring us joy and happiness on a realistic level at this time. It also deals with listening to communication that might come in about those movements forward. Being prepared to hear advice, being prepared to listen to Spirit when it comes to making those moves forward towards this new beginning. The lilies are here right at the beginning of the spread, which the lilies deal with the past to me. To me, it's saying that we're moving away from the past. We're moving towards the new beginnings, and that we're told to be patient. But the lilies also bring about an element of peacefulness too to the reading. It's saying that even though we don't see it all, we're asked to be at peace at this time. Even though it might be turbulent energies a little bit because we have the ship moving towards the clouds. That's a energy that can bring about an anxiety when you're traveling on a ship and you can't see what's in front of you, and the skies are darkening, which can give the indication that maybe it might be a storm at hand. Spirit is saying that even still, as we pass through these energies, as we head through these energies that we might not necessarily want to deal with or feel, that we're told to be at peace. We're told to be still. We're told to rest our minds. We're told to meditate if that's something that we do. We're told to sit with ourselves and contemplate how we want to see ourselves in this new energy as we move towards this new beginning, right? With the lilies above the ship is saying to steer your ship with peacefulness, right? So no matter what the environment may be, what you see right in front of you, move forward in a state of grace, move forward in a state of peace, Move forward in a state of thanksgiving, right? The lilies also bring a beautiful and maybe kind energy, that energy of being kind to yourself, but being kind to your situation as well. Underneath the ship we have the tree, which speaks of that foundation. We see it here twice. That safety that comes with the anchor. Once we plant ourselves, we're not there yet, but we're working to get there. But when we get there, we want to plant new seeds, right? But we don't leave our firm foundation, because we're already spiritually strong, or we're working to be spiritually strong. So we've already built up that spiritual foundation, or we're working to build up that spiritual foundation. And so we're moving with that peacefulness. And that's allowing us to move through this turbulent or this difficult energy, is that spiritual foundation. Spirit in this reading is saying that you're still strong and that foundation is strong. And I'm getting that with this anchor too. So rely and believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself as you move through. Moving towards a new beginning here with the ship above the tree. Moving towards a new sense of home, a new sense of family, a new sense of health, how we care for our bodies, how we take care of ourselves. A lot of us are moving towards healthier lifestyles here, leaving the past behind, thinking about our health more. Beside the tree, we have the moon. This to me is saying that, and beside the moon, we have the mountain. This to me is saying that the spiritual foundation is strong. The knowingness is strong, because we have the tree beside the moon. The tree for me deals with ancestral energies too. So not only are you being guided by yourself, you're being guided by your ancestors as well. And they're with you. But this is a beautiful energy here. It's not necessarily an easy energy, but it's saying as you're planting, as you're working to plant new seeds, as you're working to build a new foundation, or build off the foundation that you already have, knowing that we have a strong foundation already. For some of us, we might need to be in a position where we might need to pull up some things. And so we had that scythe in the beginning too. So you can't be afraid to cut it back, and to wait for a new period of regrowth. Moving away from things that are difficult, moving away from things that harm the spirit. This is the time to do it. Our ancestors and our gods are saying that this is the time to do it. This is the time to cut away that old dead growth, and to wait for the new spring, the new renewal. And that could be that energy of the lily here too, bringing in that energy of spring. We might see changes around that time, and that's okay. And we're planting the seeds now. We're planting the seeds for that foundation, for that new growth to come in maybe during the spring. We're waiting for messages to come through, written, and, communication verbally. The mountain is saying that it just echoes this energy in the middle where we might not see it all, because the mountain we can't see on the other side, but it also brings in the energy of strength, knowing that you're strong as you move through it. It's important to know that. It's important to know that once we get over the mountain and get to the other side, there's a reward. There's not only a reward in what we don't see, but it's a reward in the fact that we did it, And so I think we don't really look at the fact that we're moving through these difficult energies, and the fact that we're navigating through uncertainty and through anxiety, and giving ourselves the love, the respect and honor that we deserve as we navigate and power through. And so, well done, right? That's the energy here. Honor yourself. Honor your path. Honor your past. Move forward with strength. Keep your mind open. Keep your heart open. Even when dealing with things that you might not be able to see. Know that the new beginning is at hand. Know that things do need to be cut away. Give yourself Forgiveness as you move away from things that could have been harmful. People that might have harmed you, forgive them. Situations that could have been harsh, forgive it. And work to plant those seeds so that we can have new growth as we move into a new season. And that's what the cold season is for me here as we start to experience the colder temperatures. It's an energy of hibernation. It's an energy of making plans. Maybe not a lot of swift movement, but we still make movements in the mind. We still make movements, spiritual movements. I have readings on the channel about that. How we still can make major movements while being still. Most of the times, those are the most powerful movements. And so we want to take advantage of these still times, the times where we might not be able to see it all. We give thanks for life even still, when we can't see it all, where we don't know exactly the way to go, but we know we're going forward. Unakite over top of the lilies also brings in the energy of springtime, the color of the stone with the green and the pink. So in spring, we might start to see that flush of new growth. When we plant those seeds, we might start to see those blossoms. They might start to appear around that time. But also ground ourselves in earthly things as we go through this period of maybe a stillness. So working with herbs, drinking tea, taking a spiritual bath with herbs, lighting herbal incense, even still going outside and looking at the trees, enjoying the outside even if the temperatures are a little cold. And it's just cold where I'm at. It might not be cold where you are. But still giving thanks for Mother Earth and taking advantage of all she has to offer, allowing that energy to comfort us in many different ways as we move through these periods of maybe not knowing. Easing ourselves of anxiety with the things that we put into our bodies, nourishing ourselves with things created from the earth. So, and that stone also came up twice, another piece of it here in the middle. Right there on the clouds, using that energy of Mother Earth still to power us through, realizing that the earth is still vibrant. There's still growth. There's still movement. In periods of coldness, in periods of uncertainty, there's still growth. There's still healing. There's still moments of vibrancy. We also have blue quartz here on top of the clouds. Spirit is saying that we're moving away from the past and we're moving towards our truth. Any of the blue stones would deal with the throat chakra, which talks about speaking in truth, but to speak in truth also means to walk in truth, right? So you're moving towards your own truth. Sometimes when we move towards our own truth, it's naysayers, but even we have difficulty moving in those directions. Because for some of us, the truth might not be so conventional. The truth might be something that's completely different. The truth might put you on this mountain by yourself, right? But we move through it with grace. We move through it with peace. We move through it with honesty. We move through it with the love of our guides. We move through it with the love of Mother Earth. A little bone fell, and I believe this is a foxtail bone, on top of the moon card. So this also makes me think about grounding in, being resourceful during this time, gathering up the resources that you can gather, whatever you can gather in this time, if you're using that fox energy of being not sly, but it's the word, I can't come up with the word, but ingenuity, that could be it, but being creative in what you can do. Spirit is saying you might not be able to do it all, but work with what you have. This also tells me that this bone, that you could have been disconnected. The idea of not feeling like yourself or being apart from yourself. But that's what this reading is about. It's moving towards that energy of coming into the self again, coming fully into the physical body, coming fully into the spiritual body. And so we're moving towards that. Also, listen to your animal guides too, with that moon energy in the bone. Let's see what else we have here. Spirit is saying that messages might come through. You might not have all the information, because this is a piece of jewelry that I threw in here. I think it was something of my mom's. I tend to do that. But it's not, it can't be worn, you know. So it's something that can't fully be used, but it still can be admired for its beauty, right? But all information is important information. All information has meaning. Look for those messages that might not fully contain the full map of the blueprint, but look for those bits and pieces that could lead you in a new direction. That spiritual guidance that comes through dreams, or that comes through snippets, or that comes through maybe a word heard here or there, maybe a song lyric heard here or there. Communication doesn't have to be fluid. Communication could be here and there. It can come in spurts. And so be prepared for that. Be prepared for those type of communications to come in, written and verbal. This here, I think it's just like an agate bead. But it makes me think about the ship here. That idea of passing through something or getting through to the other side and not knowing how you're going to make it through. So maybe something big is happening, or maybe you're trying to have a major transition, or you want to move into a big energy, or you have a grand idea, but you can't see how it's going to fit, or you can't see how you're going to move towards it, right? Because that portal is small. But realize that spirit accommodates, and things will open up widely in due time. So maybe at this time we can't see how we can fit through. We can't see how we can pass through. How can our ship pass through this particular energy here? How can it get through this narrow hole? But the angels and the guides will tell us to be surprised, and that we would and we will be surprised by how things can come about and the magic that can happen, and how things can appear out of thin air. You might not even have to go through that portal. You might just appear on the other side, right? So be open to the mystery and magic of life here with the moon. Be prepared to blossom with the unakite and with the lily. Be open to communication from our guides. Let's do a quick animal reading, and then we're going to close on out. Spirit, what message do you have to close this reading out? As we're moving and transitioning, as some of us are working to cut things out, leaving things behind, cutting out the old growth, ready to flush out that new growth for the spring, planting those new seeds, continuing to build upon our foundations, continuing to heal as we're moving through periods of not knowing it all. We're not here to know it all. The raccoon, the inventor, and that makes me think about this energy here with the fox. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So this is an energy here with these acorns, not acorns, what are they called? Pine cones. And just the butterfly here with the transformation, transitioning, and how they're holding on here. Hold on right now as we move through these energies. Use the skills that you do have. Use what you have in hand. The raccoon can find what it needs in its environment, right? It can create what it needs in its environment. It'll find food. It will find shelter. Use the resources at hand. Be courageous. Move with integrity. When I think about that lily. And even though we don't see it all, continue to create. We have the inventor. So it makes me think about this energy here with this. It's something that you're working on. It's a vision that you have for the future. It's a vision that you have, this tree you want to grow strong, this foundation that you want to build upon, this new growth that you want to bring into being. Spirit is saying that you have the vision. You have the sight here with the moon. You have the strength here with the mountain. You have the ideas. Continue working on those little bits and pieces, those things that we can do right here, right now, in this period where we might not see it all. And best believe that when the spring comes and when it's time for that new growth to be revealed, that you will be in a better place because you would have laid those foundations and you would have prepared yourself for it, right? All right. Beautiful reading. Take care.